Have you ever noticed that the way you talk to yourself during an IBS flare-up can actually make the physical pain worse? What if I told you that by changing just one word in your internal dialogue, you could literally interrupt that gut-brain threat cycle and bring immediate relief to your gut? Today I'm talking about a powerful psychological tool called distant self-talk. And as a hypnotherapist, I specialize in gut-directed hypnotherapy. And with my background in psychology, I use techniques like this all the time. I see firsthand how the mind and the gut are linked. And today I'm going to talk to you about that challenge mindset and how the words you use can help shape your own physical reality, and exactly how you can use this technique to calm your IBS. Now let's start with what happens when you face a stressor, like that sudden onset of cramping or bloating. Usually our internal dialogue sounds a bit like this: I can't handle this pain, or I'm going to ruin the whole day. Using the first person I keeps you completely immersed in your emotional experience, and this immersion triggers that threat mindset. This is a psychological and physical state where the perceived demands of the situation feel like they are completely out of your ability to cope. But what happens if you switch that internal dialogue to the second person, the you, or you even use your own name, saying things like, you are feeling discomfort right now? Well, this slight linguistic pivot creates an immediate psychological distance. It shifts your perspective from being an overwhelmed participant in the pain to becoming an objective, supportive coach. This fosters your challenge mindset, where you still recognize the situation is difficult, but you actually believe you have the resources and skills to navigate it. And here is why this is so crucial for irritable bowel syndrome. People experiencing IBS symptoms often develop a heightened, hypervigilant threat response, where a subtle physical sensation in your stomach can actually trigger catastrophic thinking. And when you panic, that activates your sympathetic nervous system, or your fight or flight response. And because of the direct hardwired communication along your gut-brain axis, this anxiety physically heightens gut hypersensitivity and alters your gut motility. And it creates a self-fulfilling loop where the fear of the symptom creates even more of the symptom. Now, distant self-talk serves as a cognitive interrupter to this loop. When you address yourself as you during that IBS flare-up, it actually reduces the reactivity of your amygdala. That is the fear center of your brain. And when you do that, it keeps your rational prefrontal cortex engaged. So instead of spiraling into panic, your brain interprets the physical sensation as a manageable challenge to be solved, rather than an immediate, overwhelming threat. So how do you shift the narrative? Well, reframing self-talk moves your internal dialogue away from helplessness and towards self-efficacy and emotional regulation. Here are 3 specific strategies you can use during your next IBS flare-up. First, de-identify from the symptom. Using you inherently separates you from the condition. It reinforces that the flare-up is simply an experience that you are currently having, and it is not an identity or a permanent state of being. You are not your IBS. Second, access your coping resources. When you're immersed in a threat mindset, it is incredibly difficult to remember your relaxation techniques. But distant self-talk helps you to objectively recall your coping mechanism. Telling yourself that you have navigated this successfully before and you know what to do prompts the brain to access those memories of past resilience. Third, enhance your suggestibility. Now, in the clinic, shifting to you mirrors that exact language that is used in guided relaxation and hypnotherapy. When you practice using this language on yourself, you are essentially delivering auto-suggestions that reinforce calm and control. This primes your nervous system for that parasympathetic or rest and digest response, which is exactly what your gut needs to settle down. So the next time you can feel an IBS flare-up coming on, I want you to take a deep breath and step back and talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend. Use the word you. Remind yourself that you have the tools to handle this challenge. And if you need a specific tool to help you right now, that taps into your parasympathetic rest and digest state, then I've got just one for that. I have created a free calming 5-minute breathing audio exercise download that is specifically designed for IBS. It's exactly the kind of resource that you can use and practice your distant self-talk. You can download it for free using the link in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it the thumbs up and subscribe for more gut-directed psychology and hypnotherapy tips. And let me know in the comments what one positive you statement that you use during your next IBS flare-up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.